I'm a mother of two young adults. I'm a law student at the University of Wales, Trinity St. David, and I am an asylum seeker. Before I moved to the UK, I was a head teacher of a private primary school. As a single mother, it wasn't easy, but I was working and I could provide for my children. But when I moved to the UK, as an asylum seeker, you are not allowed to work. You are just on support from the Home Office, and the support is meant to be for food, for clothing, and other basic things. That was when I came, I knew what poverty was. It wasn't easy meeting the basic needs with two young adults, having to provide, healthy food, having to pay for their transportation to school, having to buy clothing, and having to get toiletries for them, and a few other things that were needed. I've had lots of support from organizations that I volunteer with, and it has been tremendous, meeting people that are ready to support you, their kind words. Sometimes I'm posting you to organizations that could be of help. And my identity has shaped my experience of poverty, because before I came to the UK, back in the country where I came from, when we talk about poverty, we talk about the basic needs of life: food, clothing, and shelter. Someone that probably is homeless, cannot, even afford just one basic square meal. But when I came to the UK, I discovered that poverty is, it's different, because there's poverty of the mind. As an asylum seeker, since you're not allowed to work, you're just in the house, just staying indoors, doing nothing. Sometimes you're isolated, lots of mental issues that you'll be battling with based on your traumatic experience. There's no one to talk to. It could be devastating and it could be disheartening. That has made me to know that there's something called poverty of the mind. Before now, I was a head teacher. My mind was productive. I was working, but coming to the UK and not allowed to work, it was frustrating. And what I needed to do just to stay alive was to get some organizations to volunteer, and also to, to network. I got to hear about the Poverty Truth Commission through one of the organizations that I volunteer with, the Swansea City of Sanctuary. And I became interested because I wanted my voice to be heard. I wanted to be a voice to other asylum seekers, so that everyone we know that we are not just here to take all the benefits of the government, but that, most of us are here we had skills that we came with that we could contribute to UK. And but it looks as if our voices are not being heard, because during the pandemic, we had to survive like others. Just with the little money that we had to buy, disinfectant just to, stay safe. We had to buy hand sanitizers. And so my coming to know about the Poverty Truth Commission made me to know that my voice could be heard, and I became interested. And since then, I've had lots of awareness about, people that are going through poverty, and I know that I'm not just alone. My views on poverty has changed in several ways. Like I earlier mentioned, the mentality I had before I came here about poverty was entirely different. I just know someone that had no access to any food, clothing, or shelter. But my coming to UK, that there are lots of ways that, that one can actually struggle with poverty, like having to wait until the food in the shops are reduced to clear before you could afford even the basic, having to choose between, paying for your children to get to school and healthy food, having to just sacrifice lots of things. And sometimes food is the last thing on your mind. Just want to get other things going, at least for the children to get to school. My typical day-to-day life, it's really very challenging, because most times when I wake up, I was like, oh, it's another day, and I was just wondering, when will this journey end? having to wake up and not knowing sometimes where the next meal will come from, having to wake up every morning and, you're just tired of everything and just wondering when will you be allowed to work. Lots of things have changed. Firstly, I've come to appreciate, what poverty is on a different level. I've come to know, like I earlier mentioned, that I was not alone and there are other people, on this journey with me. And it has informed, the way I appreciate people around me and the way I know that there are people that are ready to support you, that there are lots of shoulders that you could lean on. I decided to take part in the Poverty Truth Commission project. Like I earlier mentioned, it gave me a new perspective of what life is all about. I'm so glad and happy that there are people that are ready to listen to you and they're ready to help you and support you even while struggling with poverty. And I've also, met like-minded people that are ready to make their voices to be heard and are ready to change, the policies. What I want people to learn from my stories, that asylum seekers are not people that are here, to enjoy the benefits of the taxpayers. They're also people that came here with their own skills, and they are ready to work if they are allowed to work and they could contribute meaningfully to the community in which they belong. I volunteer in lots of organizations, and I know, that I'm a pleasant addition to anywhere I go to. So I just want people to embrace and welcome asylum seekers anywhere they are in their community. I know that most of them have actually gone through, traumatic experience. So welcoming them, giving them that open hand, we enable them to be able to integrate very fast in the community. I plan to still continue with the Poverty Truth Commission to ensure, that the voices of people living in poverty are heard, and to see how we could use our lived experience to change policies and to also create awareness, for people to know that sometimes when people are living in poverty, they are not lazy, they are not people that are just here to, to enjoy the government benefit, but sometimes it's not their fault. And if given the opportunity, most of them will contribute meaningfully to the community they belong.